Good afternoon, Mr. Hero. Welcome to today's interview. To get started, can you please tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure, thank you, and good afternoon once again to the interview panel today. So my name is Hero Balani, and I would say that I classify myself as a highly motivated young professional who's aspiring to one day contribute to some of the global, regional, and national development challenges that we face. My current academic background is in international business, where I earned a bachelor's degree in Kansas City in the United States on a Jesuit scholarship. And I hope to one day further gain a master's degree in the area of globalization and trade to see how we can continue to contribute towards our development. Personally, I aspire to one day work for an international organization in my career. And I also enjoy reading about technology, entrepreneurship, trade, and investment. I would also continue to spend time volunteering with different organizations where I can. So that, in a nutshell, is a little bit more about me.
Thank you very much for that answer. Hero, I can see here that you are currently working as a manager of investments at Beltrade. Through this role, can you tell me what is the difference between a manager and a good leader?
Thank you, and thank you for this question. So in my view, the main difference between a manager and a leader is that a leader is one who leads by example. In my opinion, a leader is someone who puts those that he oversees or supervises before himself. And a manager is simply there to do the work and is so focused on the work that sometimes a manager loses sight of the people themselves. So I often believe that leading by example and servant leadership is actually the best. And that's what I tend to embody. So to me, I would lean towards more being a leader rather than just a manager.
Thank you very much for that answer. So can you tell me about a time when you demonstrated exemplary leadership skills?
Definitely. So in my role as the manager of investment generation at Beltrade, I supervise 3 investment associates, and we oversee quite a large portfolio of both foreign direct investment and local investors coming into the country. So I would say that a time when I demonstrated exemplary leadership was in managing the workloads. Sometimes the workload could be overwhelming to assign an investor to each investment associate. And in preventing burnout or overload in terms of tasks, what I tried to do is to ensure that we took the portfolio and divided it fairly and evenly or equally as best as possible across the 3 investment associates. So I would say the results were that we were able to achieve more investments for the country and also do so efficiently so that no one felt burnt out. And I think that is one of my main examples of exemplary leadership.
Okay, Mr. Hero, the next question is about networking. What does networking mean to you?
Okay, thank you for that question. So in my opinion, networking is about looking at how we connect with others. There are many people in this world, and I believe that we can connect with others on various levels. It could be on a personal level, it could be professionally, it could be academically, and many other ways. So I believe that networking is about looking at those interconnections and seeing how we can learn from others. And I believe that that is one of the ways in which we can continue to grow and expand our knowledge as well.
Thank you. Now, can you give me an example of a time when you've leveraged your network to advance your work?
Sure. So in my work at Beltrade, as I mentioned, we work to attract investments in the country. And we were members of an organization called the Caribbean Association of Investment Promotion Agencies. Now, one of the ways that I leverage my network is by reaching out to the different investment agencies across the Caribbean to learn about ways of attracting investors as best practices. So from some countries, we learned about establishing a single window for investments or attending different trade shows and investment conferences to see which would be the best ones for Belize to attend. So that really helped our work, and it really helped Belize to be put on the map regionally for investments, not only foreign direct investment, but also generating more national investments.
Wow, nice. Well done. I just wanted to ask, Hiro, have you been accepted to any one of the universities?
Sure. So I have applied to three. I've applied to the London School of Economics and Birkbeck University, as well as the University of Manchester. However, I have only received an unconditional offer from one of those universities, which is the University of Manchester at this point in time.
Excellent, excellent. So what do you want to study in the UK?
So for me, it's always been a dream of mine to advance my graduate studies in the United Kingdom. I believe that many of the top educational institutions are there and they are globally acclaimed and ranked. However, I also believe that studying in the UK provides us with a global perspective. In the field of development studies itself, I believe that it would be very practical learning there because many of the international development organizations are headquartered there. You can think of organizations like even the Commonwealth Secretariat or the Department for International Development itself. So those organizations are there, and I believe that being there would help me immerse myself in the UK culture and learning experience.
Thank you. So we're reaching one of our final questions, and we wanted to know if you were given the opportunity, what would you do upon your return to Belize?
Okay, thank you. Thanks for asking that question. So my short-term career goal is to come back to Belize, of course, and contribute in my current role as the manager of investment generation at Beltrade. So one of my goals is to see how we can further advance our investment attraction efforts by developing a national investment policy and strategy. This is a project that we've been working on since 2016, which has now also has cabinet approval for this. However, after that, I do see myself going further in my long-term career goal towards working for an international development organization, but also contributing to Belize simultaneously. I believe that we need to continue putting Belize on the map. And in order to do so, we need Belizeans to fill in these roles globally so that we can continue to have a voice as a small island developing state and also as a small nation in Central America and the Caribbean.
Thank you very much for your time today and your responses, Mr. Hiro. Do you have any questions for us?
Yes, I do. I actually just have one minor question. Do you know typically the length or the response time to hear back on today's interview?
Yes, the timeline is usually about 2 to 3 months. You will be notified via email about the status of your application.
Okay, thank you very much for the opportunity today. I really appreciate the panel's time and the opportunity for having me here.
Thank you as well. Do enjoy. Best of luck. Have a nice day.
Thank you.